Hi, my name is Ali Fatullahi. I started my martial arts training October 7th of 1979 in Portland, Oregon, in a Japanese system called Robukai Karate. Under the Sensei Junki Yoshida, I earned my high blue belt rank and I moved to Kansas City area in 1981 and started the ITF system of Taekwondo as a green belt and earned a 4th degree black belt. During that transition and during those years of training, I also had a private instructor where I studied Chin-Na, Chinese grappling arts, joint manipulation, and pressure points. And towards the years of 1989 and 92, I worked from an amateur level kickboxer to a professional kickboxer and retired June 29th of 1992 in kickboxing. And during those years, I decided that I am going to form my own system, my own way of teaching the martial arts, so it is effective and at the same time simple, where it's not required just one way, it's whatever way works for you. I look at martial arts as foreign language, as an avenue for a person to become a better person mentally and physically. Many ways of martial arts training, Chinese versions, Korean versions, Japanese versions, American versions, so many different languages. Languages are meant for communication. That's why we have different languages, so we can communicate. We have different martial arts so we can protect ourselves. During that protection, we also learn to condition our body, where it becomes physical fitness, cardiovascular workout, coordination, balance, flexibility, discipline that is required. So I have formed the Art of Aikido Martial Arts 1992 and wrote an instructional manual, requirements to earn a black belt in, which I have so far generated 15 black belts since 1992. I have had over 9,300 students. And my way of teaching is all revolves around self-protection, self-defense. So when I teach my students, I like for them to understand it, not to memorize it. This is not a game of memory. This is a game of reflexes. If you understand, it becomes reflex. If you don't understand and you just have to memorize, it will never become reflex. So through the years, I have put the 4 systems of Robukai Karate, ITF Taekwondo, kickboxing, and Chin-Na put together to form Aikido. In martial arts, there are different stances, there are different hand strikes, hand techniques, there are different kicks, different blocks, and they're kind of like the alphabet. You learn individual technique as if you learn the alphabet. Throughout time, you learn to combine your alphabet to make words and sentences. Same way in martial arts. You first learn individual techniques such as stances, blocks, kicks, hand strikes. Then you develop to combine the different techniques in variety of combinations. Could be block kick, block punch, kick punch, whatever. Getting to practice different angles of attack, different approaches. Not everybody hits you the same way. Not everybody hits you with the same arm. Not everybody kicks you from the same leg. So what we do throughout time is learn to practice in repetition different scenarios, visualizing different angles of attack, not just focusing one in front. What if somebody reached from behind? So therefore, we have different blocks that work different angles. And not everybody's flexibility, height, reach, weight, size is alike. So therefore, for one angle, there could be several approaches, several different ways to block or defend. And my theory is, the best block is not to be there. Because if you're not there, you don't have to worry about it. You won't get hit. Less liability for everybody. So on that note, rule number 1 should to consider what I teach is strictly self-defense. Not to cause it to become an offensive movement, even though during self-protection we do counterattack with offensive strikes, only to disarm, disable, and end the situation, not to proceed and do further damage. So killing is not the name of the game. Control the matter is the name of the game. Stay in control. Stay aware. So therefore, the best training, number 1, the simplest one, is focus. Never let your opponent out of your sight. The more blinking you do, the less you get to see. The less you get to see, the more chances of you getting hit during the time you don't see it. So conditioning of martial arts is very critical. That's why I don't understand why and how some people can earn a black belt in 18 months or 2 years in some places. Because to develop your muscles, to understand your balance, to know your limits and restrictions takes hours, months, years of training. Then on top of that, thinking of it as a boot camp. On top of that, then you got to learn and understand the techniques. And it never ends. So black belt is just a beginning, not the end. With that approach, it never ends.